everyone, today I've got The Mandalorian Episode 1 Disney Plus review. Bounty hunting is a complicated profession. Can the same be said about this Star Wars series? So as far as the story goes, I cannot believe this is literally the first series that I'm talking about on this channel since I have started on YouTube. And what better way than to talk about The Mandalorian? And I have actually been looking forward to seeing this because I'm a huge fan of Star Wars and I was a huge fan of those trailers that dropped. So it made me even more excited to see what this series had to offer. Now, what I got out of it was that it is a space western that feels like a good fit with its adventure and, action-packed scenes, and you really feel like you're once again immersed in this Star Wars universe where it does hint at more upcoming action that is centered around a character that you wouldn't think at first would stand out, considering that this Mandalorian kind of resembles, those other bounty hunters like Boba Fett, and we're very familiar with them sort of being this antagonist sort of character, but here he is exactly the opposite, at least so far. He could end up being an anti-hero of sorts, but I think this character is just so interesting and thought-provoking that I feel like that is the reason why this show sort of starts off in this slow burn type of style where you're sort of getting into, these characters' motivations, but yet there's still a hint of mystery added to it. And I feel like that's something completely different, and a complete 180 from what we have seen from the Star Wars movies. And now going off with a series about this one character and seeing, what else is he going to be capable of doing besides, getting a bounty on all these people and then encasing them in carbonite. I mean, it's just so crazy to see. I mean, I definitely feel like I had a smile on my face the whole time watching this, and I honestly didn't expect to do that, but I was just really impressed with everything that I had seen so far. As far as the casting goes, you've got Pedro Pascal, who I am actually looking forward to seeing in the Wonder Woman sequel coming out. So to see him in this starring role, I think was just so equally impressive. I loved, the way he was portraying this character, sort of this cool factor where, this is why he stood out to me, and he just came off like he owned the place. I mean, he literally did feel like he was that cowboy rolling into town in a western. I mean, it was just so awesome. Or going to this bar where he ends up meeting Carl Weathers' character, who I really loved seeing his facial acting in his scenes that were very short, but I can't wait to see him in the future. Hopefully he gets to stand out even more. You've got Nick Nolte and several others in this episode that I just felt like I can't wait to see where we get to see some of these characters really flesh out. The things that I liked about this episode was that, the color scheme really just stood out to me. You would think, okay, it's not really exactly eye-popping, but it definitely popped in a way that there are just so many Rogue One vibes here when you have this action that randomly pops up here and there. Certain characters are acting a certain way, and I was like, hey, I feel like I've seen that before. So I definitely had a fun time watching this movie, and it was not boring whatsoever. I mean, you would think because it was slow moving that you would get bored, but I really just wanted to see more, and I was impressed with the musical score, which is by Ludwig Jorgensen, who did the Black Panther score and won the Oscar for that, and it just really got me pumped up and excited for, episode 2. So overall, I would say that this episode was a really good start. I definitely feel like I still had more questions to certain things that appeared throughout the episode, especially the cliffhanger, which I won't spoil, but man, it was just so cool. So I would highly recommend seeing this series, and definitely check it out if you guys are Star Wars fans or if you just got Disney Plus. So I would give this 5 hearts on the heart rate scale. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought of The Mandalorian Episode 1. And as always, you guys can subscribe to my channel. I've got more movie reviews, movie updates, come back every week for a Trail Thursday video. You guys can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter. And I will see you guys later.